Hey everyone, so I am here to help to inspire you to move your bodies daily. I'm really passionate in my aim to motivate you to move your bodies in a safe and effective way. Together with my emphasis on form, technique and breathing, I believe that we can build strong, resilient bodies and minds for our day-to-day lives. Through the beauty of movement and low-impact workouts, we can create healthy habits and most importantly, let's have fun along the way.
Hey everyone, I'm going to take you through a nice stretch and tone class this morning here in the beautiful Philippines. We're on Roatan Island. Alright, so all you're going to need is yourself and a mat. Okay, so we're going to start down on the floor. Wait to lie down on your back. Feet hip distance apart. Now first of all, just have your hands lying down by your side. And then we're going to take a nice big breath in. Fill those lungs fully to the top, inhaling. And as you exhale, we're going to send our arms all the way up to the sky and then all the way back over our heads. And then as you inhale, lifting those arms all the way back up to the sky and then bringing your hands all the way back down by your hips. And again, inhale. Exhaling, lifting those arms all the way over your head, finding the back of your mat, pausing there, inhaling, and then exhaling. Bringing those hands all the way back down by your side. Okay, so we're just mobilizing to the shoulder. We're going to add on with our hips. So I want you to press to your heels. We take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, we start to peel our pelvis up and away from your mat. We start to lift our arms up and away from the floor, lifting your hips as high as you can. Continue with those arms, take them all the way overhead. Pausing here with an inhale. And then as you exhale, we start to massage our spine all the way back down into the mat at the same time, lifting your arms up to the sky and bringing your hands all the way back down to your hips. And again, inhale. Exhaling, driving to your heels, peeling your pelvis, peeling your spine up and away from the floor. Lifting those hips as high as you can, trying to find a nice big stretch to the front of those hips, the front and the back of your body. And then exhaling as we roll all the way back down, upper back, mid back, lower back, and then your tailbone finds the floor. Now I want you to continue with these, really focusing on how you're driving to your heels, activating to your hamstrings, switching those glutes on. Pausing, take a nice big breath in, and then exhaling as you roll all the way back down. Let's do one more of these. Exhaling as you lift all the way up, sending those arms overhead. Now this time I want you to keep your arms overhead here. But now I want you to press your heels and just start to pulse your hips up just a little bit higher. Now make sure we're not flaring out through those ribs. So I want you to really focus on how you're tucking your pelvis under. Exhale, press, lift. Exhale, lift. So driving to the heels. And we're just keeping our arms over our head here just to get a nice stretch through the shoulder. So don't be alarmed if you can't get your arms to fully flat. That is perfectly fine. You do you. Let's go for 4. Nice squeeze of those glutes as you lift those hips. In 3 and 2 and 1. We pause at the top here. Now keeping our arms where they are. We roll our spine all the way back down. Your tailbone finds the mat. We pause there. Now flexing your toes back towards your shins, driving to your heels. We lift our hips up just a little bit faster. So instead of articulating through our spine, we lift our hips, squeeze the top, and then we drop. So now we're just hinging at the hip. Exhale, lift, squeeze. Lift, squeeze. So you're maintaining that neutral spine as we lift and lower those hips. And lift. Let's go for 8. Big squeeze at the top, trying harder every time. In 6. In 5. 4. 3. 2. 1, pause at the top, reaching your arms up towards the sky now, and energy through those fingertips. Lower your toes into the mat. From there, we then just lift the heels, lower the heels, lift the heels, lower the heels. So you'll feel a little bit more now through those hamstrings as we peel those heels off the floor, activate into our calf muscles, hamstrings, glutes, and even inside leg. Really energize to your fingertips, reaching your fingertips up as high as you can. Let's go for 6. In 5, in 4, 3, 2, last one. Now keep those heels lifted and place your hands back down onto your mat. Now from there, I want you to pivot your pelvis so your hips are going to pivot to the right. You lower your right hip ever so slightly towards the mat, and then we squeeze the glute to lift and correct that bridge position. Again, keeping those heels lifted, we pivot our hips to the left and we lift. So we go right, lift, left, and lift. Now, while we do this, we're trying to keep our knees in pretty much the same place. So think about your pelvis pivoting around that lower part of your spine. Lower, squeeze, lift. So you're just doing a little bit of a wonky bridge, and then we just correct it. Pivot from left to right. Let's go for 5. Starting to wake up through those obliques to your waistline. In 4. In 3. And 2. So glutes are feeling nice and warm now. Pause at the top, hold it. Maybe lift those hips as high as you can. Lower your heels back into the mat, and then we roll ourselves all the way back down. From there, we need to extend your arms back up to the ceiling. Now, keeping your feet as they are, we take an inhale. We then exhale, we start to reach our fingertips towards our knees, and we curl ourselves up into a chest lift, abdominal curl, and then we inhale to lower. Exhaling to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift and reach. Inhale to lower. Nicely done. And then we add on again. So as we lower our chest back down into the mat, we then lift our hips up again, rolling up through your spine. Rolling back down, tailbone finds the mat, you curl yourself up into your chest lift. We roll back down, we press and lift the hips. We roll our hips back down, we curl our chest up. We lower, lift, lower, lift. So coming into extension of the hip flexor as we come up into that bridge position, and then we're coming up into spinal flexion as you find your abdominal curl. So we're really waking up our bodies here. Let's go for 4 and 3 and 2. Final one. I want us to stay up in that bridge position and hold it there. Now, can you float your right leg to a tabletop position, marching for those legs, right leg lift. Right foot lowers. Stabilize your pelvis, left leg lift. Left foot lowers. Exhale, lift. Inhale to lower, and then again exhale to lift. And then inhale to lower, just making sure we're maintaining that nice, steady pelvis. Try not to rock from side to side. Let's go for 3. We're going to keep our right leg lifted the next time it is there. 2. All right, holding that right leg lifted in your tabletop position. From there, again, we're not articulating our spine. We just drop our pelvis to the mat and lift. And lower and lift. 4, 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. From there, we lower our hips down into the mat. Right leg stays lifted. We extend our right leg long, so it's just in line with your left knee, and we curl our chest up. We bend that knee in, we lower our chest, but then we lift our hips back up into that single leg bridge. So you roll your spine down, extend and lift, come back down into the mat, and then come up into your single leg bridge. So we're just alternating here with your abdominal curl, with your extension, and then back into your single leg bridge. Keep going. Now with the extension of that right leg, I want you to try as hard as you can to switch on your quads, your calf muscle, lengthen into your ankle, pointing your toes so you're finding energy all the way from the hip, all the way down into your toes. Let's go for 3. And 2. Nicely done. Final round. We stay up in that abdominal curl, extending your right leg long. We hold it. Now from there, can you extend your left leg long to meet the right? We bring that left foot back down. We lower our chest. Right leg stays exactly where it is. Curl your chest up. Left knee lifts. Left leg extends long. Left knee comes in. Left foot lowers. You lower your chest. So it's a lift, lift, stretch. Bend the knee back in. Lower the left foot. Lower your chest. You've only got 2 more of these. Bring it back in. Lower. Last one. Lift. Stretch. Hold that left leg long. Taking your 2 hands behind your head. We alternate single leg stretch. Exhale. One knee comes in. We switch. Exhale. Switch. Exhale. Switch. Keep going. Maybe you can lift that chest just a little bit higher. Also with the option to hold onto the back of your knee as your leg comes in, and also with the option to stretch those legs out long. Exhale, switch, and switch, So finding length through the hamstring, curling your chest up, working up through those abdominals, lift that rib cage just a little bit higher. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug both knees in towards you, pause there. Now let go of the back of your knees, hold yourself up, pulse your chest up, lift. Lift as high as you can. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We lower head, neck and shoulders, then you lower your right foot into the mat. Hands come back down by your side. We take an inhale. We exhale, we tuck our tailbone, we roll our hips up into a single leg bridge. Now we're on the other side. We lower our hips back into the mat. We extend our left leg long. We curl our chest up. Taking your arms overhead this time as you lower down into your mat. Inhale. Exhale, lift your hips up. Find your single leg bridge. We roll our hips back down. Extend that left leg long. Curl your chest up. Keep going. Lifting your hips. Find height at the top there. Rolling yourself back down. Fully extending that left leg. Find lots of length here. In, lift, down, stretch. So trying harder and harder every single time. And so your spine is going to thank you later. Let's go for 3. And 2. Good job. Final one. We're going to lower our hips down, we curl our chest up, we stretch that left leg long. Now from there, we extend our right leg long to meet the left. Pause here. Right foot comes back down. We then lower our chest, keep that left leg where it is, we come back up into that bridge position. We roll our hips down, we curl our chest up. Right knee lifts, right leg extends, right knee bends, right foot lowers, left leg stays where it is, and then again we come back up into that single leg bridge. Rolling down. Lifting up, stretching long, draw back in, and lower. So keep going with this combination. Remember to keep that right leg looking really nice and long and strong. Don't let it hang. You've got to pull those abs in to help out your hip flexor. Switch those quads on here, switch on the calf muscle. 2 more rounds here. Nice work. The next time you curl up your chest, let's stay there. Right leg is in tabletop position, left leg stays long, hold there. Then extend your right leg long, hold. Take your hands back behind your head. Then from there, we pull the left knee in, right leg stays long, and then we switch. Exhale, switch, and switch, and switch. Again, option to hold onto the back of your leg. Maybe you can bring yourself up that little bit higher from your mat. And then again, the option to stretch both legs long. Exhale, switch, and switch. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull both knees in, hold. Take both hands this time behind your head. Can you lift that chest higher? Can we extend both our legs to the roof? Can we turn our legs out? Exhale, rotate from the hip. Crisscross those ankles over. From there, we start to lower those legs as low as you can without your lower back arching. We then keep going, we take those legs back up to sky, keep those knees as straight as you can, and again we travel down towards the mat. Up towards the sky. Down towards the mat, stay here, keep crisscrossing. Deep breaths. Draw that tummy in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend those knees in and relax. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Bring your arms now into a stop sign. Take both knees over to your right. Let's gaze back towards our left elbow. Hold there. And then across to the side. And then coming back into your mat, pull both knees in, reverse child's pose. Just find a nice release through your lower back. And then from there we make our way up to seated. We swivel ourselves around, coming onto your hands and knees. And from here, we just simply move to a nice cat-cow stretch. So inhaling, let's tilt our pelvis up to the sky, broaden the collarbones, and we gaze forwards. We then exhale, we tuck our pelvis under, round your spine, push away from the floor. Inhale, releasing, let it all go. And then exhale, Tucking and rounding. And then final one should feel really nice, that one through the spine. Exhale, scoop that tummy in. Tuck your toes under, sending your sit bones up as high as they can go. Pedaling to your feet, bending one knee, stretching the other knee. Lowering your knees into the mat. Now coming into your child's pose here, or your shell stretch, reaching those arms up as far up the mat as you can. Making your way up onto your two high knees. Reaching your arms up to the sky, reaching up as high as you can. Slight extension of the upper back. Circle those arms around. Now either bringing your hands to your hips here, or bringing your hands, if you can, towards your heels. Push those hips forward. Lift your chest up. Inhale. Exhaling, reversing one more time. Rounding to your spine. Releasing from there. And give yourself a clap. You should be feeling nice and warm now like I am.
I'm always adding new classes, so if you really enjoyed that workout, please hit like and subscribe because it would really help to grow this channel. If you'd like another workout, we found that people who liked this class also absolutely loved the workouts I've linked here. Have fun!